Okay, this is page 68, problem number 3. Your portfolio has provided you with returns of 8.6%, 14.2%, negative 3.7%, and 11.4% over the past 4 years respectively. What is your geometric average return for this period? Okay, there's two different types of averages he went over in this section. One is the arithmetic mean, and the other is geometric mean. They say average, mean, and average are the same thing. Okay, so let's just remind you really quickly the difference between geometric and arithmetic means. And you can see at the top of the page here, there's a couple of different examples of returns: 10%, 20%, 15%, negative 15%, negative 25%. Okay, what you do in this case for arithmetic means is you add these together. 10 plus 20 minus 15 minus 25. You add those together and divide them by 4. That'll get you the arithmetic mean or arithmetic average. Okay, the geometric mean, you take those, add 1 to them, so you can multiply them, and you multiply those together, and then you take the factor of 1 over t, which in this case is 1 over 4 because there's 4 periods, and you use that exponent. You take these, multiply them together, and then use the exponent on them and minus the 1, and that gives you the percentage. Okay? So in this case, they're asking for the geometric average, which is the geometric mean, which means you multiply these together. You got to add 1 to them first to get them, so you can compound them. And then you take all that times 1 over t as an exponent and subtract 1 from it, and that gives you the percentage. Okay? And this is on page 60 of your workbook, this example I just showed you. Okay, so getting back to this, since they were asking for the geometric average, which is the geometric mean, we're going to multiply those times each other. So in this case, remember, you got to add 1 to each one of them so that you can compound them. Otherwise, they get smaller and smaller, so you wouldn't work out right. So it's 8.6%, so 1 plus 8.6%, which is 0.086, times 1 plus 0.142, which is 14.2%, and times, now this is, you got to be careful about this because he had a negative 3.7%, so it's 1 minus 0.037% times 1 plus 0.114, which is 11.4. Remember, when you got a negative number, that actually makes this number right here less than 1. And you use that, you compound it by the exponent 1 over t, which in this case is 1 over 4. Remember, t is the number of periods when you've got 4 periods here. And then you subtract 1, and that'll give you the percentage. Okay, so this works out to 1.086, 1.142. Notice this is less than 1 because that was 1 and you had a negative return, so you're minusing that. So 0.963 and then times 0.114. And here's a really important thing too. You can use your y to the x function on your calculator. Once you get this number, then y to the x at times 0.25. Whatever you get as a product right here, multiplying these together, then hit y to the x and use 0.25 instead of 1 over 4. So in this case you'd go these numbers add up to 1.33047. So 1.33047 y to the x 0.25. So you always just take 1 divided by whatever t is. That'll give you a decimal, and use that with your y to the x function. And of course you've got to subtract 1 at the end, and that gives you the decimal, which in this case is a percentage of 7.4%. Okay? So just remember, use that y to the x function whenever you get this product together, y to the x, and then put 0.25 in there. That gives you a number which is 1.074 in this case. You subtract the 1 because you want to get it back down to percentage, and there you go. So that's problem number 3 on page 68.